The opening day of the Hungarian Grand Prix weekend has come and gone, and with it we finally got to see all of the upgrades in which all F1 teams have bought for this event. Some teams have, you would be able to say, disappointingly not bought a huge upgrade from which we were expecting them, and that of course would be Mercedes, while other teams have not let us down in terms of the major upgrades that they've bought for this event, namely the Red Bull outfit, Ferrari, and even the Sauber team. Now, with that being said, let's go over every team's respective upgrades and briefly go into what they're trying to achieve with them for this weekend and, of course, moving forward. And we'll be starting off with the biggest upgrade package seen on any F1 vehicle this weekend, and of course, that is the Red Bull RB20. Now, a brief overview of this package. Essentially, it's like a revert in terms of the engine and coke bottle to that of the RB18, the first Red Bull vehicle of the ground effect era. Now, what they've done is gotten rid of the Mercedes-inspired shoulder gullies and just brought back basically a further developed RB18 engine cover and coke bottle region. Now, of course, this is going to allow a lot more of the air and the airflow to be guided in a more increased manner to particular areas at the rear of the car, which of course will be the top of the diffuser and of course the rear ring and the beam ring and all of those important structures at the rear end of the RB20. And of course, in conjunction with that, they've updated the side pods as well. Now, they've increased the kind of water slide on the RB20, and of course the shoulder of the side pod now has stayed a lot more higher up and doesn't have a kind of deep drop at the back end of where the Oracle logo is. This will just help with the mid-tire wake of the car. Other notable upgrades which have been also introduced onto the RB20 on both vehicles includes the new floor, which has a kind of deflector at the back of the floor edge, and of course a brand new front wing and nose, which both Perez and Verstappen have, even though Perez doesn't have the current configuration of engine cover for this weekend. Right, moving away from them, let's go to Sauber, because they too introduced quite a fairly substantial upgrade package for this weekend. And what they've done, they themselves now have moved to the Red Bull inspired overbite inlet on their side pods, and they've also made other changes in and around the side pod shape in itself as well, and other changes have happened to the floor. In a sense, with this team being literally the slowest car on the grid, they're just wanting to have a huge jump in terms of the overall downforce and load points on their vehicle for the season, quite naturally and understandably. And from opening practice sessions yesterday, it seems like they've made a giant leap forward. But of course, this is only an impression. They now have to back it up through qualifying and the race. And that's when we will see the actual benefits of this upgrade package for the team. Now let's go to the Mercedes outfit, and a lot of talk and intrigue was had with regards to them and what they would be bringing in the lead up to this weekend. I personally thought, as they stated, they would be bringing a bigger and more substantial package. We would see it here, but potentially it's going to be now next weekend in Spa, or it just may never appear. And all they've officially announced, and I'll get into regards with why I say officially, is a changing of one of the rear winglets on the back of the W15. Essentially, it's in between or just behind the brake drums on the W15 and the diffuser. Now, with regards to this officially business, so a lot of people that are in Formula One and on social media started this morning, this Saturday, to reveal that the Mercedes outfit may have introduced brand new components, mechanical components, to the W15, and were testing them out over the opening day of practice sessions that we had. And for today, as we've seen, they broke the curfew and they've begun to take them off of the car, and they've reverted back to the Silverstone and Austria specification with regards to their mechanical setup, which obviously worked extremely well for the team. And potentially this is what Lewis was alluding to during one of his interviews, in which he stated that the car felt just how it has felt at every hot race, but they kind of know where they went wrong and they're going to rectify it overnight. So that's what I believe they've been up to. Now, with regards to what these actual mechanical components are, I don't know. They've not been put in the FIA document. No one in the team has spoken about what they are, and so we're not going to ever know what they are as well. Unless one of the kind of social media, if you want to call them influencers out there, that has kind of, what do you want to call it, eyes and ears within some of the Formula One teams, let us know what the potential testing of the new components were all about. Another team which this weekend has a lot of importance with regards to how they are currently performing would be that of the Aston Martin team and the AMR 24. Now, after a huge raft of upgrades at Imola just did not work and made the car extremely difficult to drive and to find the right balance with, they've been reverting ever gradually back to their kind of base spec with the AMR 24. Now, for Hungary, after conducting copious amounts of tests with regards to the Imola and original spec package of AMR 24, they've come with a brand new package and bought a brand new floor, changes to the halo and halo kind of winglets, to the mirrors on the AMR 24, a new front wing if I'm not mistaken, and also a completely revised floor in terms of the floor roof and the underbody of their floor, with the aim of hoping to increase the downforce and load points, but not incurring the balance issues and handling issues that they had with regards to the last time they brought such a huge upgrade package. Now, as you can see, there's a comparison here of the previous specification of AMR 24 and the current one on screen now, and you can see there's quite subtle but also substantial changes when you add them all up with regards to the floor, and in particular the floor roof. The floor roof has had, where the side impact structures have that casing over them, a lot of revision in terms of the way in which the roof of the floor slopes down and is looking to guide the airflow to certain parts of the floor further back on the AMR 24. And also the kind of outer Venturi tunnel guiding vane, which is the huge one you see on either side of an F1 car. They've had a reprofiling of that particular point as well. Now, with regards to the underfloor of this current specification, they would have no doubt made changes to the Venturi tunnels. Now, we cannot unfortunately see what they are, and we no doubt will not unless the car is hoisted up onto a crane at one of the upcoming rounds in this Formula One calendar. But right guys, I'm going to wrap the video up here. That is that. Hope you've all enjoyed the video, and of course if you have, leave a like on this video. If you're new and have found this channel through it, and you've enjoyed the content, subscribe down below and turn on notifications. I'll see you all on Sunday with another Formula One video.